Preparations are underway in Solomon Islands as the country goes to polls on Wednesday. But on the eve of elections, locals, especially business owners, hope for a riot-free and a peaceful process. The April 17th election is touted to be a high-stakes one for the island nation. The poll result can potentially reshape regional security for the country, since this will be the first election since the Solomons severed diplomatic ties with Taiwan in the year 2019 and backed Beijing's One China principle instead. For analysts and foreign observers, there are two critical questions that they await an answer to. One, how the election will pave the way for the ties with China. Two, if Prime Minister Manasseh Sowore will be re-elected. But for citizens and voters of Solomon Islands, the age-old concern around life and livelihood remain the biggest concern. However, the electoral process itself is also an issue that worries many. You see, polls in Solomon Islands have often been followed by protests and unrest. Elections in 2019 had led to rioting and protests. Many Asian-run businesses were targeted back then, which is why residents and business owners of Chinatown are worried. A similar instance also occurred in the year 2021, where at least 3 people were killed in riots.
I just hope that, there's safety in the town during elections tomorrow and also during the counting period. So we might stick around in this area as well to look out for anything that's happening.
Ahead of the polls, several of the country's neighbors have sent their police forces to help with security situation to avoid a repeat of past incidents of violence.
Quite a lot of our officers throughout the whole country, but at the same time our bilateral partners are filling in the gaps, and their job is to come in to work with us in Honiara to support the areas that we have we identify as gaps, and then they support us with those areas in terms of our planning.
Logistically, Solomon Islands election is the most complicated one in the world. More than 760,000 citizens are spread across 900 islands, making the voting process fairly challenging to conduct. It will take several weeks for the poll authorities to collect the ballots across all the islands, count them, and then subsequently wait the 50 elected MPs to form a government. Further, only after a government is formed do the lawmakers then elect the country's next Prime Minister. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.